Thank you, gentlemen and guns. Coming.
This week's guest, friend, comedian, and star of the hit show Enjoy It, Brody Stevens.
This is the Bertcast.
Now what? Now this one, it's just talking. You're just it's just conversation.
It's just talking and conversation.
Okay, good.
Let's see. Are we recording? Yep. We're recording.
So I'll just let you know where I am. Me personally.
You want me to hit pause?
Yeah.
Okay. I fucking love you.
Okay.
I wish I had recorded that.
Okay, I'm sorry.
You're such a fucking fascinating person, Brody. When I met you, do you know what? You probably don't remember when I met you.
I do.
Do you really?
I remember what city and probably what. I would say if you remember specifically.
Yes.
I would say the year would probably be. I moved to New York in 97. I'm going to say 98, probably.
98. And I think it was either Collective Unconscious or Surf Reality.
Right. I would say one of those two.
I remember you had a joke. I want to say the movie 10 Things I Hate About Me was out, and you had a joke, 10 Things I Hate About Me. Do you remember that?
Oh, I remember you talking about me talking about some bit where I just made fun of myself. That like I beat him to it, kind of. 10 Things I Hate About. But I did like 80 things about I didn't like.
I forget the premise. All I remember is I have hair on my cock.
I said
not just on the base, halfway up the shaft.
You got it. Shaving the tip. I mean, that's true. Is that weird?
No, not at all. I used to have a bit. That whole scene was not. I wasn't very comfortable in it. It's so funny because I think me and you were came out of the same culture and into comedy.
Right. You went to Florida State.
Yeah, like
I
we
went
were
to
both
Arizona
kind of
State.
jocks, went to
big
state schools.
And just to clear up on the Bertcast here. Hi, everybody. I'm Brody Stevens. We're talking about like the Lower East Side, the beginning, not the beginnings, but maybe the second trimester of the birth of alternative comedy, if that makes sense. Like there was already the roots were already there. With
That's
Mark
a really
Maron,
great
Rebar
analogy.
Yeah,
the second trimester of the birth of alternative comedy. That's
I would say Surf Reality and Luna Lounge was kind of like the major leagues for that alternative scene back in the day, the Lower East Side, where we were performing, and Surf Reality and Collective Unconscious, which were the open mics, were kind of like the feeder. If you wanted to do Luna Lounge,
Luna Lounge was like I never got there. That's okay. I started barking at the Boston Comedy Club shortly thereafter,
and I barked also
over at Comedy
the Cellar.
Yeah, that's so crazy. But it's so interesting because I saw you doing well in those rooms, and it was so. I would have jokes that just wouldn't work there.
Yeah,
but I saw you doing material that was very kind of thematically the same as me. You weren't doing anything different. You weren't trying, but you were. It was working. Does that make sense? You weren't trying, and you were doing well. You weren't trying.
You know what? You know what I was working on back then? I think it was like being myself. So I think I wasn't like trying to be a stand-up there. I knew that comedy was all about slamming people. There's a victim. So they were all about. I know you're laughing, Bert.
I never knew.
But remember that?
I never knew that's what that stood for.
I mean, that's what I think.
Yes, I always thought it was like as opposed to slam poetry.
Oh, well, maybe it was. Okay, well, that's kind of the same thing then.
Yeah,
because that was getting big too. The Nuyorican's Poetry Society, which was God, I'm educating the world on comedy, and that scene back in 94, 95, and there was poetry, actually, and I think Zach De La Rocha from Rage Against the Machine used to hang over there around that time. Anyway, but, we were in that alternative. It was very positive, in Facebook, no heckling, no attacking the audience and vice versa. It was
I attacked the audience.
I think he said that, right?
I'm sure I went after them a couple times when I was doing poorly.
But you were never...
I sucked. I sucked back then.
Well,
I did. I was trying to be someone I wasn't, which is so interesting because so me and you texted about doing the podcast, and I've been I've been a friend of yours for a long time. I would say like a friend, like never like hang out too much, but come over to the house or say hi. But like I've been obsessed. I was obsessed with Enjoy It, the first run on HBO Go.
Oh, we're going right into that.
I love it.
I was having a great time in New York City back in. Did I say 94, 96? But go ahead. I'm going to let you. This is the Bertcast. I'm following you.
And so I saw that, and the only time I've ever dealt with depression was 90 that time during then. That when I was going through doing stand-up then, I wasn't working. I was not funny. I was bombing, and I was working at Barnes & Noble. I had a name tag job.
Astor Place?
Yeah, Astor Place, yeah. No air conditioning. And fucking worst job in the world. But I'm watching last night. I'm watching the newest episode.
Oh, you're researching it. I like that.
No, I watch it because I like it. That's the truth. I like it because it is so putting everything on the fucking table. Like you literally have not. You're not hiding anything.
Well, I went for it.
Yeah, and it's so. I'm watching it last night. And you're talking about depression, and I'm like, dude, I've been there. I don't even like talking about it.
Well, that was real.
Yeah.
I mean, it was brutal.
Yeah.
I was thinking about it on the bike ride over here. I rode my bicycle. I was getting coffee. And I go, I have no reason really to be depressed. And I was never... I've had two forms of, like, depression. Most recently, I think my depression was... just a lot of stuff. When you go up, you come down. So my last depression, I feel, was a result, and I covered in the show and other podcasts.
It was the medicine.
I think the medicine
I
really
saw you.
zombied me out, and it had to be done. You know, I'm not blaming anybody for putting me on what I was put on. That's protocol. You had to. It was like a safety net. Like this guy, it was. I'm not saying it was a chemical straitjacket, but it was almost like...
I heard you say that in the show last night, and it was a great... It was
that's
really...
a term.
Because I ran into you at the... Right, I think I just started watching the first round.
I saw you maybe close to a year ago, probably.
Yeah. And I was like... I was so excited for you because all this... And you just were vacant.
Oh, it was bad.
And...
You know, I guess it had to be done. I was depressed due to that. It was brutal. And it just piled on, and living in that Hollywood apartment, and I was living right where we're doing I used to live right down the street. Now I live back down the street again. So
you back in the valley now?
Back in the valley, and so that was bad. That was real depression. I think brought on by a whole number of things, and I didn't fake it. It was real.
Yeah,
I did go manic. I did go off my meds, and there was something there that came out that was there. I'm not saying...
What's mania feel like?
Great. No, I'm kidding.
Because
I was happy. I got it. I mean, I could go manic now, probably. Still. I was just, again, thinking on the bicycle ride over. I got to watch it because, look, good things are happening right now. You're getting me at a point where I'm still under anxiety.
You seem really good. You as opposed to can't wait for Leanne to talk to Leanne after this because you came over right before I think your bad spell. Over to my house. Do you remember you came over? I was having a barbecue, and you came over and you could tell something was going on.
Okay.
Do you remember that a long time ago?
Vaguely.
You came over. I forget what was going on. But
I was wired a little bit.
You could so you were off.
Yeah.
And Leanne said that's really? Just from seeing you do stand up. She goes, that's so not. He didn't seem right. And then you went. I think you fell apart, or I think you went to Montreal or whatever. And then Leanne went, wow, I saw that coming. I'm dying to see her interpretation of you coming in because you came in super. I was like, woo,
Well, no, it's a balancing act right now. I mean, for me and for others, and I gotta it's like, oh, do I get too up? Do I stay on this med? Do I try to go natural? And now there's different pressures on me. Maybe pressure. I actually feel this should make things easier for me.
Yeah.
But I'm not there yet. Bert, I'm not there yet, and maybe I'll never be there. But what's gotten me to this? My instincts tell me that once the next I'm not even talking about my half-hour special. You know, I don't even care about that. That's whatever. Even though people do hours and have done hours every year, I'm talking about a half hour. Okay, but
I'd rather do a half hour than an hour right now.
Less is more.
It's a better way to represent yourself, I think. It's a bite size for the consumer.
Yeah.
In the sense that they get a sense of what you do. They go see you do an hour, and you haven't blown through all your material, and you don't have to turn over everything.
Look, I lucked out. I'm lucky right now, and I know, but I also have to be like, you know what? Every podcast I've been doing recently, quote unquote, promoting the show. It's hard to promote something that you're not even sure about. You don't know. That's part of who I'm not looking at you. I'm my whole new thing is just focusing off into another world. I'm in the middle of something. People don't. I'm not saying, oh, I'm getting adjusted to fame and it's a new world. I'm still thinking, because I am laying it out there. It's an introduction. It's like, look, if you can handle this, that's as extreme as I'll go.
Yeah.
Hopefully we can go funnier eventually, or maybe even whatever. Well, but in terms of intensity, that's as far as, if you can handle that, I would feel better. Like, you've seen it all.
Can I tell you my assessment is comedy.
Yes, doctor.
Not of you, but of what your show is and the way it relates to audiences. Podcasts are an extension of stand-up. Podcasts have, I think, evolved the conversation a comic has with his audience. I go to shows now and people go, tell the story about Isla and the tree. It's a story I just told on a podcast. Or tell about Isla taking whatever Isla story or Georgia story that you just tell on a podcast, or they want to hear the story about the podcast. Podcasts are very vulnerable. You know, I'm not trying to be funny right now. I'm just trying to be fun, have a good time, listen, talk, and be interesting. Your show is that. It is the next generation, the next, you know, it's not a reality show. It's more like a documentary. And it's not shot like thematically, although there are scenes of you and Zach on the pitcher's mound, but those play so fucking funny. Like when like that is not a sketch. It is a kind of a display of your personality. Mm-hmm. That scene, you know the scene I'm talking about?
Yeah. Thank you, first of all. And forgive me if I want some. I mean, sometimes I get off track. I agreed with. Okay, we'll talk about podcasting, for example.
The podcast you had with Johnny
Spanish?
Johnny Spanish.
The first one?
The very first one was so fucking awesome.
Now, you know Johnny.
I do not.
Well, I thought you guys never crossed paths in New York.
Never. Maybe I did.
I'm sure you did, because he did surf in Collective all the time during our time. So,
maybe I did.
Okay.
But
I'm going to say yes.
I just listened to that podcast one time, and it was so fun. And I couldn't tell if you were trying it all or if you were going through, but it was so fun because you were micromanaging everything, and I could not stop fucking laughing.
Again, thank you. That podcast caused me. It was very. What's the word? What, divisive? Dervisive? There's like people like you who loved it, and then there's people who hate it. It's either you love or you hate. That podcast was.
It was so fucking funny.
Yeah, I've seen it. I analyzed it.
I bet you did.
Because Bert, it caused havoc.
It was so fucking good. It was so good. I think, didn't you guys stop living together after that?
Yeah, he moved. He moved back to Philadelphia. Spanish. I mean, it was
so good.
It was crazy. I was in that. I was going there. You could that. I mean, if you look at that, you know, it's like when you say you're I guess I am.
Yeah.
You know, you can create some crazy. No, no pun intended, some crazy stuff.
Yeah.
You just allow your mind to like go within the parameters of, I'm not breaking things. I'm not, abusing the format. That particular show.
Can people still find it online?
I may have had Red Band take it down.
Oh my God.
Well, I'll tell you. Okay, we'll talk about that podcast specifically first.
By the way, this is early podcasting.
I think so.
4 years ago?
This is okay. Brian Red Band. I'm sure everyone here knows Red Band. Death Squad for life. # yes. Okay, so Brian was working with Joe Rogan. They were, Joe Rogan was everything was on his website. Brian was that guy filming everything, and then Brian started doing his own, like the Birth of Death Squad.
Yeah,
Birth of Alternative Comedy, Birth of Death Squad, and I'm hearing a horn honk, but that's okay. Stay focused. So. Brian was actually, this is before the Ice House. He was doing shows out of his house in Burbank. So it was kind of like every afternoon he started doing them, I guess, like when he wasn't working with Joe or on the road. And they were video podcast. I guess they would go up to Ustream. So he would put them up live, and then they would be archived, and then later on he would dump
podcast. Them. Yeah.
And this was in the very, it wasn't the Ice House. It was like on his couch in his bedroom, that kind of thing. And it's funny you think about it, because I guess it was early on in this whole deal.
It was the very beginning of everyone's people starting to do podcasts.
Yeah.
And I remember Brian texted me and he's like, "You got to listen to the one with Brody." Well, he goes, "I think you're going to love it."
So I was doing I started doing them, and at that point, I was not doing podcasts for, to feel better or to. I was just doing them to do them. Jump in. Jump in. I wasn't doing it for any other reason than, hey, it's stage time. Give it to me. Yeah, let's do it. It's fun. And so first couple ones, I think I had Tony Hinchcliffe. I had Benji. I had Esther. We would sit there and just talk. I think I had Benji and Tony. Oh, we did like 3. And then I had one. I said, okay, then. And then I had another one, and I just had my friend Spanish, my roommate, Johnny Spanish, on. And he is a actor, comedian. He was and still is, always will be. And we were roommates right down the street. And we would constantly, in the apartment, have fun, laugh for the first. We were roommates at this particular apartment 4 years.
Yeah.
Okay? Pretty close to 4, if not 4. I would say the first 2.5, maybe 3 years were good. It was fun, helpful, good energy, and I was trying to guide Johnny. Like, my whole advice to, even young comedians or people who want to get into it, you have to do it. You have to get on stage. It's about stage time. It's about stage time and jokes. Your personality, it will come out later. You're too nervous. You're going to be too nervous the first 6 months or whatever to really be comfortable and have your personality shine. So you might as well, you got to cut through it so you get your stage time. And along the way, write jokes. And of course, listen, watch, all that stuff. Okay. So we had always had stories like Spanish. We would talk and laugh. I said, we should do that. It's funny. Spanish and Stevens. We'll do that. It was like, I was doing warm-up at Best Damn Sports Show or at Chelsea. I was working constantly at that. Not constantly. I don't want to sound like that. I was working at a consistent gig.
Yeah.
And Johnny wasn't, I feel, and he would feel, wasn't, I wanted to include him in stuff somehow. And this is a perfect opportunity.
Yeah.
That's what I felt. And he was game for it. I was game for it. Now, I'm performing all the time. I'm at the Comedy Store with Don Barris. It's late night. I've already done a few podcasts. This is just, in that up to that point. And so I have an idea what I want to do. Maybe we prepped on it. And it was like, okay, it's on camera, live, it's archived, and then it's the podcast. So again, this is like my third one. And I just go for it, playing to the cameras, just being Brody, not holding back, not being a jerk, but allowing myself to be that guy. And I don't know if it was just Spanish or if it was somebody else as well, but I was just like, talk about the Beatles, and he was like, at that point, we were arguing the last year. I mean, we were arguing in the car ride over. I was just nitpicking everything.
It was a clear display of nitpicking.
Yes, exactly. I just allowed it to go, and Spanish kept feeding into it. I couldn't tell if he was really upset or not. I couldn't tell.
It is.
I mean, nobody could tell anything. Red Band didn't know. Spanish didn't know. I didn't know if Spanish was upset or Red Band was. I didn't know.
Yeah.
And I thought it was funny. I didn't get mad. I wasn't stressed out. I was just yelling, having a good time.
It was so. I would listen to it on a elliptical machine, and I could not stop laughing.
But you know me, and you're a comedian.
But that's the weird thing about you. You're. I would say one of the most beloved comics working by other comics.
I've heard that. I accept that.
I'll tell you why.
I'm not sure why.
I'll tell you why.
I know why. I don't feel that, but I accept it. Go ahead.
When your show premiered, the people that retweeted enjoy it on Comedy Central Sunday nights at midnight or 11.
Oh, they didn't do a good job, I guess. Midnight. Well, you know what? It actually airs earlier sometimes.
It airs at 9:00 on the West Coast.
I just say midnights.
The people that retweeted,
it was nice, right?
I was blown away. I mean, I saw your tweet, and then I put together my own tweet to tweet about your show.
Did you? You did too.
Of course. And I just, the list of people, I was like, holy shit!
I've heard that from a couple people come up to me and go, "You had so many people, promoting your show." I mean, I guess I have to look at it, but I saw Amy Schumer, for example, and then I saw. I don't want to say. I just felt like this is how my brain works. I felt like, Comedy Central probably made them do it.
No,
because they had some. I know that's how I probably just lost a friendship. I think Amy Schumer is upset with me. But that's how my mind works sometimes, and yeah. But that felt good. That felt good. The podcast, it was crazy. It's like, me. So I can kind of get away with that. I'm not saying I can get away with that now. The thing about I'll be technical about a podcast. I always ask, is this live? Is this, it's like, are you, because as a performer, you'll play to a camera. So you have to be aware that, it's a podcast too. Somebody's going to be listening at home with their headphones in a cubicle and you're screaming at somebody.
Yeah.
If they don't know you, they're not going to be with it, I don't think. And then even if they know you, they may go, it's too much. Brody, you're yelling. You're going on and on. There's that fear. But also, I think people say, Brody, he repeats himself. He does that. First of all, I have OCD. I do repeat. I don't wash my hands over and over. I don't count. But it's like, I got to get that point. I'm calling it OCD. I'm obsessive about it because I allow my mind to get there. But also I'm thinking, nobody's really watching. I mean, I'm not saying that. Like, I felt all these video podcasts, everything I've been doing has led up. I put all that into the show. All that. I didn't think that, I'm not trying to win people over on this one. I'm trying to be me.
Yeah.
So when I'm doing the podcasts, up to this point, I'm kind of trying to win people over, but I'm also trying. It's a fine line because I'm also like, we're doing things. It's like a rehearsal. I'm rehearsing. Boom. Now I'm here. Hope, knock on wood or whatever.
Yeah.
Now I don't need to like rehash these things and try and always convince people this is what I'm, or even I wasn't about convincing. It was convincing myself. It was like, okay, you got it. You watch me do warm up. I do a lot of the same stuff. It's like I'll still do warm up. Like podcasting, audience warm up is a good skill as well. I'm lucky.
It's good to be able to talk. It's good to learn how to talk to people that don't want to listen.
Oh, well, we learned that from barking. I learned that from being a tour guide at Radio City Music Hall. I I look back now, like I said, riding my bike. If you ride a bicycle, you'll think thoughts.
Oh, yeah. I think thoughts when I walk slowly. Like if I walk somewhere, I'll talk to myself and my brain will start humming. I think I deal with a lot of... I've dealt with a tad bit of mania, but I don't really ever hit the... I hit the downtime, but I don't get allowed to... Like, this fucking woman. She's got a Duck Dynasty shirt on, and now it looks like a Clan outfit because of what they said. But I don't deal with down too much. I have a couple manic episodes, I think, in my life where your body's humming, and you can't stop it from humming.
Well, then you just got to go exercise, I guess. Yeah. You know, my brain will hum, and my body will hum. I don't like when my body hums. That's a physical reaction to something. For me, generally, it could be medic,
What meds are you on now?
Well, I'll be honest. I'm going to be honest. I haven't taken my meds for 6 weeks. No, I'm kidding. It's not... It's when you're on medication, once you get on that train, it's hard to get off it. It's hard to... You gotta... It's a mind... Look, they say if it's working, it's working. Don't change. If you feel fine, don't change. We're in entertainment, Bert. This is a unique... I'm not saying we're different or we're better. It's unique what we, as entertainers... It's a rare... Just numbers-wise, it's a rare thing. So, you've been going through it, and I'm sure after you've settled into it, you've settled in, and there could be another level or two, but there really isn't. You got maybe a couple different levels. You're there. I'm not like, look. What do you mean, bro? I'm just saying, there's a couple more levels. You're already in.
Yeah.
Meaning, you can relax and be yourself. So, I forget why I was saying that. I'm not... What was I saying before
I think
that?
the question was, what meds are you on now?
Thank you. See what I'm saying? All right, good point. Thank you for... Bert, you reeled me in like a fish.
I know what you're saying, though. It's this business is weird because our dreams are attached.
Yes.
Our dreams are attached to our personalities.
Yes.
Our personalities get us work, and the more work we get, the more dreams we achieve.
Exactly.
And... You almost don't have time to take a break and go, I need some me time, because the business doesn't want to give it to you. I had the same conversation with Amy Schumer, oddly enough, in an airport after we did a gig in Seattle, and we saw at the airport. She was like, I always wanted this work. I just didn't know it would be like this. And I didn't know I'd get to enjoy. I didn't think I thought I'd enjoy it more. And you get to a point where you're like, I want to breathe, but then I don't want to breathe. I want to keep working. But I know what you're saying.
Okay. God, I just forgot my point again. I know what I was going to say. I should just keep moving forward instead of thinking back.
Yes.
Okay, I'm going to follow your lead. So when you hold my hand, Bert, I'm going to move forward instead of going back. See, I'm learning.
Yeah.
I'm okay with the work.
Yeah.
I'm a grinder. I just go. And I say that because I'm able to. Maybe it's not healthy completely. You're married. You have kids. I'm not married. I don't even have a girlfriend. I'm 10% gay. No, but...
I heard that, by the way, on Rogan. That was maybe one of my favorite...
See? That's something I was working on.
We can get him up to 80.
And then it finally got traction.
Yeah.
I probably was beating around the bush, no pun intended. And then somehow, by me putting a percentage on it, from doing the podcasts, it got traction.
Well, your personality is the kind of... There's I'm going to say probably two comics I can think of off the top of my head that are so unique that other comics quote them and do an impression of them when they talk about. If your name is brought up, people do Brody Stevens, 818 till I die, push it to the limit.
Got it.
You got it. You and Ian Bagg.
Oh, Ian gets that?
Oh, the second you go, Ian Bagg. Everyone will do an Ian Bagg impression.
And he's a master crowd work guy.
He's amazing. Both you guys are very unique.
And an athlete. Plays hockey.
Yeah, great athlete.
Big guy like me. Dark hair.
He saw a man die in a rock tumbler when he was a kid.
Oh, what's a rock tumbler?
I have no fucking idea. Some Canadian thing.
Oh, I wouldn't want to.
He saw a man fall into a rock tumbler and die when he was like 17.
You know, it's funny. Not funny, but, you know, I was looking at a, you know, an online, you know, article. Everyone's online. And I remember seeing like a body when I was a kid. It was over on Topanga, Ventura and Topanga, out here in the valley near, you know, on the way to Calabasas. You know, I'm West Valley. 818 till I die, literally. And this person, whatever, I just remember seeing the yellow blanket on the south side of Ventura, and it was like, it was a car, a person got hit by a car. I didn't see it happen, but I remember seeing like the blood from under the yellow blanket. It was like, you know, I remember that. They were talking of, I don't know why I'm bringing that up.
No,
but talking about, I remember I was probably 11 or 12. And it's like ingrained in my head seeing that. It's like, I couldn't handle something traumatic like that being around. Like as a kid, seeing violence, like, oh, it would mess with me. I mean, I remember the first car accident I saw. I was in Sacramento as a kid. I was probably 4 or 5. And I remember just seeing this car go through the intersection. It was like blew my mind.
What was the first bit of sexuality that you saw?
You're going to ask that. Oh.
Like
when I went to Bangkok. Oh, no. First bit of sexuality. Well, I can remember like the first time in public, I was aroused. It was at the Mann's Chinese Theater. I was seeing the movie 10 with my father at the Mann's Chinese Theater, starring Dudley Moore and
Bo Derek.
Bo Derek, thank you. Thank you for picking me up on that. And I just, you know, got aroused. So I was 10, you know, and Bo Derek aroused me. And from that point on, that's what it was. And of course I have intrusive thoughts, and I did push it to the limit. But right there, you're seeing me right there.
Wait, what was how? I would love to hear a visual representation of pushing it to the limit. Because I listened to that Rogan podcast, and I heard you on the show pushing it to the limit. Should be a T-shirt. I went to Vegas and pushed it to the limit.
You know, it's not an original term. There's a song, push it to the limit. You know, even Rick Ross does a song on it. So it's not an original thing. But I'm still fleshing it out. But the more, again, no pun intended. Pun intended. No pun intended.
Big pun intended.
Big pun. Good. Hey, I like that. I remember when Big Pun died, I was living in New York.
I remember hearing that Big Pun, my buddy worked on a music video, and they said his wife had to wipe his ass for him. I remember hearing that and going...
Because he was so big?
He was so big, his wife had to wipe his ass. My buddy worked on a music video.
Oh, wow.
He was like, yeah, man. His wife had to go into the bathroom to wipe his ass.
Because he was so big?
Yeah.
That's amazing.
Yeah.
Wow.
I just thought if I ever got that big, I'd just hang out in pools all the time.
Yeah.
Just so you have some weight off your body.
That's really, yeah. Well, you want to lose the weight if you can.
Yeah.
But that's people. We're lucky. I see people that are, you know, especially when it's kids. So I'm not going to think about kids. I'll just think of an adult. But just over, you know, they don't have a chance. Almost, it's like you feel bad for them. They have. I'm not saying the diseases, but just we're lucky. I'm lucky. I'm able to stay active. We're lucky. We're not
watching your show. The first time I saw Enjoy It, I went, "Oh my god!" I'm very similar in the sense that I like having weights and treadmills and spin bikes around, so that when I'm watching TV, I just hop on the spin bike and just start pedaling. Or I say this obsessively. I always end my day with a bottle of wine on the treadmill, just watching TV.
Oh, that's funny.
I love that. But the trampoline, when I saw you with the trampoline and on your spin bike, I was like, oh, I do that. And I think I texted you. I was like, hey, how many calories does that trampoline burn?
Yeah, you know, look, we all know that exercise is beneficial.
Yeah.
No one. I'm not going to argue the exceptions. We all know exercise is.
Wait, what
well,
are
some
the
guy's going to say like, well, I think I don't know. Maybe there is one guy out there that exercise is over. Well, you don't want to get hurt.
Yeah.
You don't want to weekend warrior. How does that sound?
Yeah, okay.
That's what I'm talking. That's where it's like, all right, or overdoing it.
So the night in Bangkok, it's you.
Oh,
Zach.
moving on.
It's you,
I'm
Zach.
following your hand. I'm following your lead.
It's you, Zach, Dr. Ken.
Yeah, and another actor.
Who's the other actor?
I don't even know if I don't. Another one. You could figure it out.
I said
Whoever
something,
else.
by the way, if Dr. Ken is ever listening. I said something to Dr. Ken one time, so shitty on accident, and I've always think that I don't think he ever caught it, but I caught it, and I obsess about it. I saw.
Oh, he didn't catch it though?
I don't know if he did or he didn't.
Well,
what
was it? Was it a slam? Was it
no,
a
no,
racial
it wasn't a slam. It was. I was very happy to say I love Ken.
Sorry that I went racial.
And so, and I saw him, and I was with T.O. and
Terrell Owens?
Yeah, and I was
Like how I say Terrell instead of Terrell because he called me on it.
He did?
Yeah, when he was
Yeah.
at Best Damn Sports Show, he would be on a couple times, and I go, keep it going for Terrell Owens. Terrell, but he wasn't a jerk about it. He goes, Terrell, what's it? I forgot it already.
It's
Terrell.
Terrell.
And
It's the Kirsten
Terrell.
of names.
so
Kirsten
yeah.
or Kirsten.
But he corrected me, not in
Yeah.
a bad way, but kind of in a lighthearted way, actually. But you know what? It worked. I know he's Terrell Owens.
Yeah, he was a really. And so we ran and we were.
Am I holding the mic? Should I hold it here? I mean,
No, don't worry about
in
it.
here. Okay.
Don't worry about it. I'd run it through level later.
Okay.
I saw Ken, and I was so excited. I hadn't seen him since all the work he's done. Last time I saw him, we were working a club together.
Yeah.
And I caught up and said hi and asked how his family's doing. Is he still practicing medicine at all? He was going to like a voice coach to work on a dialect or some sort. And as we walked away, I meant to say congratulations on all your success. Mm-hmm. But what I said was congratulations on all your luck. And it just came out shitty. And I went,
wow.
Fuck.
Do you want to? You're right. You want to take a moment right now? I'm not. He could be listen. He could listen.
He's not listening. But if he is listening, I'm so
somebody
sorry,
could
Ken.
clip an audio.
If everyone can tell,
Somebody could clip.
someone clip that audio, send it to Ken and say, Ken, I'm so sorry. I meant to say congratulations on all your success. I don't think it was luck at all.
Yeah.
At all. He's super talented, and I thought he was super talented.
Some
from the
luck. You
beginning.
create your own luck.
So that night in Bangkok, it's you, Dr.
Geez.
Ken.
All right, I'm holding your
Zach,
hand. I'm holding your hand.
and another actor I don't know.
Well, I don't know if I don't want to say his name. He didn't do anything. I didn't see. Nobody did anything except me. But yeah, we went out, and it's mentioned in the. I'm not saying anything that people haven't heard.
Yeah.
But yeah, we went out. So you just do what all the Americans do. You go to the little fun area, smoke a hookah. And
What's in the hookah? Is it weed?
No,
It's just
I guess
tobacco?
it's just it's just flavored tobacco. Or I'm not into that necessarily. I know it's popular actually, but over there, I'm not going to get caught with marijuana in Thailand. I'm just not pushing that.
Yeah.
That I won't push to the limit. But people do. I've heard stories of people bringing in, having it there. So I didn't. I said, no way. So I was kind of proud of myself, actually, that I could not. I could be after a day or two, you're fine. You get over that. So I was happy for being able to do that, and I would have a couple beers, and we did go to that. We did go to that Hana Plaza, I think it's called. It's famous, Nana Plaza. But anyway, it's where all the, the girls dancing.
How long did you stay in Bangkok for?
Forever. No, for almost 2 weeks.
2 weeks to shoot your scenes?
Yeah, I actually was, working only 5 days. So I was flown over. Maybe by Zach, maybe by Todd. Who knows? All I know is I got a call. Brody, Bangkok, now. So, okay. You got it. And so they pick right down, staying right down the street. They pick you up in a town car. Go to the airport. I'd never been.
Did you fly by yourself?
Actually, Brian Callen was on the flight.
Oh, really?
I'll get to that in a second. So
Was Brian Callen with you that night?
no.
Okay.
Brian, no. I'm not going to get any. Nobody got in trouble. I'm not going to get anybody in trouble, but nobody did anything to get in trouble about. that I saw.
So they fly you and Brian over?
Well, it's funny. It's like, they fly you over, boom. We were in Tokyo. It was like an hour layover. And I'm walking. I get out of the airport, Narita. I'm just walking around. I went into the lounge because I was flown business class. And, it was nice. So I was able to lie down. When you're going on that, it's from L.A., it was about maybe 9 hours to Tokyo, and then from Tokyo to Bangkok, it's 7 hours. It's not like a quick trip. It's kind of far. So you're flying all day. It's a long you can get direct flights, but I wasn't on that. So we're in Tokyo. I'm walking just around, and I see Brian Callen walking. I go, Brian. Oh, Brody. And I go, what are you doing here? He goes, I'm flying, going to Bangkok.
What are you doing?
And I go, oh, you're into Ladyboys too? No, I said, I'm kidding. I said, yeah, you're going over them. Oh, cool. He was on the flight. He was in first class.
Oh, wow.
I was in business class. Brian, I get that. Totally get it. Earned it. I'm not. So we, hung out and then talked to him during the flight, of course, the second part. And then we went from the airport to the hotel together. So I remember that vividly, actually landing in Bangkok and hanging out with Brian Callen to find our transportation because that was kind of a pain a little bit.
No, when you're on the road like that, do you drink?
Well, I don't mix. I don't mix certain meds and alcohol.
Oh, really?
No.
What's it do?
Well, they'll have different reactions.
Really?
For example, when I was in Bangkok at that time, I was taking Lexapro. Just that's all I was taking. And so I was on like 20 milligrams. If I was on 20 milligrams of Lexapro, which is kind of the therapeutic middle-of-the-road dose.
Yeah.
I would say the median dose, whatever. Most people commonly would take, I would say, 20. Some take 5, 10. 20 is right there in the middle. So I was taking that, but I couldn't drink alcohol. I remember I would hang out with some of the baseball guys, go out with the baseball players. They like to drink,
Yeah.
So you go out after the game, hanging out, and I would have maybe 3 beers, and then I would just get really buzzed and drunk after like 3 or 4 beers.
Oh,
maybe.
I gotta get on Lexapro.
But no, you don't.
I gotta eat.
Yeah, you get drunk.
Morning,
No, you
and
can
I
get drunk quick.
quickly.
I mean, that's it can. You don't want alcohol and antidepressants. So then I'd get sick and I couldn't drink more than 2 or 3 beers.
Wow.
So you have to milk it. It just wasn't. That's why I'm able. Yeah. So I couldn't drink beer. That's all. I would throw up. And that's when I went to Bangkok. That was a time where I started kind of thinking about, I want to drink beer a little bit. I want to be like others. But
Yeah.
I know I can't drink beer in the 20 milligrams. In fact, I had this conversation with Dr. Ken in Bangkok.
Really?
In the top of the Labuya Hotel where he shot the famous scene with the helicopters. And I was talking about, because I was feeling good. That's the mistake. You feel good. That means, hey, it's working. But I couldn't drink. Not that I'm a big drinker. I couldn't socialize like how I wanted to. I wasn't doing warm-up at that point. So it was kind of like, all right, I'm going to try and I'm ready to go to that next level. Meaning I felt I was ready to grow.
Yeah.
But the med thing is tough. It's a tough. There's never an easy time, I think, to adjust meds or go off meds. And like I said, when you're a performer, if you go off your meds maybe at work one day, yeah, maybe you're irritable, whatever. Brody's irritable today. He didn't, snapped at me, but not in a bad way. But you go off your meds and you're a stand-up, you could have a meltdown. You could scream. You can do a fight. Or you can scream on a podcast, or you can send off hate tweets. Not hate tweet, but, manic tweets. So.
Do you feel like you have to censor yourself with Twitter?
Yes.
Really?
Yes.
Is it hard?
Yes.
Really?
Yes.
I don't.
It has been. That's why I'm saying I'm not there yet, Bert.
Yeah.
I've got, in my mind, the way my mind works is I have 4 more episodes, manic episodes in me. No, I have 4 more. By the way, I want to laugh with you. I want to laugh. It's great. I mean, laughter therapy. There is, everyone knows like the yogi who teaches laughter therapy. You've heard of that guy?
No.
There's a guy who teaches laughter yoga. Woo! Let it out. There's a laughter yoga therapy guy. It's about laughing. Yeah. You haven't seen that in like these holistic magazines?
No, but I bet I could fucking lose my shit in one of those.
When you laugh, I mean, it's proven I don't laugh enough.
I laugh all the time.
Oh, I know you do.
My dad.
You're known as a laugher.
My dad. I realized 2 things. I was in a group of people who got made fun of for their laugh. Which is, by the way, it's
I could see that, Bert. I could see that.
Yeah,
because instinctively, I see. I'm just being honest. We're honest on the Bertcast.
Of course.
Sometimes it'd be like, is it real? Is it too much? Is it what? Is it? What is he saying? Good luck? What is this guy? No, call back. But you look at the laugh, and so I see some. I'm not saying you.
Yeah.
At times, in certain situations, laughter is, to me, not a sign of weakness, but you're avoiding something. I've been with people like, comedy is serious business. This is real life. This is the major leagues. You're in Hollywood. And I've been in conversations with friends who are in the same bubble as I am. And there's a situation that I'm not happy with, or it's bothering me, and for me to fix it, you have to be authoritative.
Yeah.
Not laughing. You know, there's 2 ways. I feel there's 2 ways to handle things, you know. Yes, you can be nice. I played baseball at Arizona State. This is what I learned a lot about team mentality, winning mentality, teaching mentality. I learned the psychological aspect of things, of coaching.
Yeah.
Coach Brock, you know, it's like for the first 2 weeks, go out there and do whatever, have fun.
Yeah.
I'm going to watch. Have fun. Do your inter-squad games. We'll practice. We'll do some things. Hey, you make an error. It's okay. 2 weeks. Then the clampdowns. Let's go. You know, you're ready. He'll let it go. Maybe you play a game or 2. Then you start, even if you win, that's the time when you really go after a team. After a win, not after a loss. Because you win a game, you messed up a hit and run. You missed 2 signs. We won because we were lucky. You know, that's the coach in you. A good coach is you go after a team after a win, not after a loss. So you learn these things about, hey, I'll let you do it your way. I guess you know more than me. I've been coaching for 25 years. You're 18. Go ahead. Let's see. Not in a bad way, but you sit back.
So wait, what?
How does that apply to comedy?
Yeah, how does that? Because I think you were talking about like dealing with situations.
Hold my hand.
Dealing with situations and
with the laughing.
And with laughing.
Okay, so that's where I come from. It's like I come from a little more of a sterner. Hey, it's not funny.
Yeah.
And you know who else thinks like I'm thinking? From being around it, winners, successful people, nice people, honest people, caring people. You know, punishing somebody or teaching somebody a lesson doesn't make you a bad person, doesn't make you an a-hole.
No, it doesn't.
You know, I've done this in shows. I've been doing this in shows recently. If you're annoying me, because I'm in a position, I'm in a situation right now where I'm extended, I'm promoting, I'm fully extended right now.
Yeah.
So if anybody, especially if I don't know them, even if I know them, and that hasn't happened, they wouldn't do it. Comedians know, like, leave Brody alone. Let him be. You know, I'm not getting comedians slamming me. I'm sure a comedian would see, like, I don't get it. I don't. Or they go, it's okay. But the comedian in them knows, and I'm just being, again, this is my crazy, not to like rip me. You don't cross that line. If you do, I think that's an unwritten rule.
Yeah, I don't think anyone.
But a couple people have. Couple people have crossed that line. That being said, forget about that. But the live thing in the audience, I've actually moved people because, I'm in a situation now where...
By the way, Tosh did that in his hour special.
He did that? He moved somebody?
It's one of my favorite...
Oh, tell me what he did.
It's one of my favorite things I've ever seen, and I think it's in the extras. In the middle of his first hour special, he actually stops the show and kicks 2 people out and says, "You guys need to move," and get escorted out. And
I agree.
And I've seen him do that when we worked.
Good for him.
He is definitely in that. I'm on the other side, which is an interesting representation of both our personalities. I do not like confrontation at all. I don't like.
Neither do I.
No, but I like it.
I don't look for it.
I dislike it to a fault. Like, I will allow people to walk all over me.
F that.
Oh, I
let them walk. Let them walk. Let them walk at first.
Yeah.
Go ahead, walk. All right. Point taken. I'll write it down.
Yeah, I'll write it down.
Now you're going to walk again?
Yeah.
Now I'm like, all right, maybe a little elbow. Mm-hmm. Now you're going to walk again? Now I blast you.
Yeah.
You know, I'm not, but right now, where I'm at right now,
yeah.
And we're not talking physical, so don't be at home like, F you, Brody, I'll kick your ass. I'm talking comedy. We're talking performing, all right?
And that deals with how you... See, I don't deal with any negativity on Twitter to the point where...
I do, and I got a problem with it, but I'm getting better. Block, 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 block.
I
remind myself.
I don't deal with it at all. I just... Like, I'll tell you what, a very small story to explain. So I did Doug Love Movies with
Doug?
With Doug Benson, TJ Miller, Pete Holmes, and the
Patton Oswalt.
No, I can't remember the
Zach Galifianakis.
No, I can't remember.
Will Ferrell.
Nope.
George Lopez.
You're never gonna guess it in that realm.
It's funny.
Sam Levine.
Okay, it's fun. Oh. Great guy.
Yeah.
Cubs fan.
Great guy. It was the most disastrous. This is my obsessive compulsiveness too. It was chaos. And I made a comment about something. ... Is like fucking a fat chick.
Whoa.
At UCB.
Can't say fat.
Chick.
You can't say even fat.
At UCB.
No way.
Yeah. And it did
I'm going to get screwed. By the way, I say fat on one of these shows, and I wanted it. I asked, look, I've asked for things to be cut in, guys, come on. So there is some, go ahead. You can't say, you know what? You can't say fat.
You can't say fat.
You're never going to come off as, you just can't. Go ahead. Continue.
And so I said, fat is like fucking a fat chick. No laughs. And I said, clearly no one in here has fucked a fat chick.
Oh, Bert.
No laughs again.
I got to be there for you on
and
that
then
one.
Pete Holmes says, yeah, the best thing about having sex with a larger girl is breakfast in the morning.
Larger girl.
And so I said, clearly you've never fucked a fat chick because you don't stick around.
Third time.
You don't stick around for breakfast. You leave in the middle of the night.
Breakfast, she's going to eat it all. I don't know. That means, come on. We're nice.
And so I literally was locked and loaded, ready to get blasted on the internet.
You were?
Oh,
on the internet?
On Twitter. I was like...
Okay, when did this happen?
A month ago.
Okay, so Twitter's hot. All right, go ahead.
So I say to myself, I'm not going to check my Twitter for 2 days.
Oh, I wouldn't.
I'm gonna hop off. And this is, by the way, when...
Well, you know what?
This is when they had the update where you could then only look at your @replies from people. You could do it filtered, verified, or people you follow.
I know. I've seen that.
I love it. I only do people
Why
I
is
follow.
that?
Why do I? Because I don't want to know anything negative.
I
don't want to get anything negative. I only want...
I need to do that.
Yeah, I don't like negativity at all.
Oh, I hate it.
And so
show me how to do that.
But it turns out I skip it for 2 days. Doug posted 2 days later. I hop on and I see that it's all positive response. They all loved the podcast, and it didn't perk up anyone's ears. Good. It was totally fine, and I was like, wow, that's so crazy. I obsessed for 2 days about it.
Do you see what I just did? You saw it firsthand. Ooh, whoa, because I'm thinking the same thing.
Yeah.
I'm not thinking the Twitter stuff because I was thinking that story happened a long time ago.
Yeah.
But if I said fat chick now, sound like an accident.
Did sound like an accident.
Yeah, I would censor myself on that. I'm pretty good.
You're good at censoring yourself, though,
because I've done so much audience warm up at Fox Sports. That's Fox is as conservative as you can
when
get.
Did you stop
I'm not
cursing?
saying Fox Sports is. What's that?
When did you stop cursing?
A couple times, really. Never cursed in front of my father. Scared to. Just wouldn't.
Your parents were divorced, right?
Yeah.
Did you spend time with your father?
Yeah. I saw him in the off seasons. No, I saw him. My dad was always around baseball wise. He was around.
Yeah.
Yes, they were divorced.
Did he pass?
Yeah.
How?
It was funny. It was that he had a heart attack. Well, he had heart problems. He had heart attacks.
Yeah.
My dad had 2 heart attacks, one at 44, the other later on, okay, and had double bypass in his, maybe at 44, had a carotid artery, that's in your neck, maybe at 44, okay. Then, I want to say at late 50s maybe, had another double bypass.
Holy shit.
So, I'm probably, if I don't watch it, and maybe if even I watch it, I'm headed down that road.
You're in great shape, though.
Well, yes, I'm in good shape. I think I do take care of myself better than my father did. My dad was... Smoked cigarettes.
Drank?
Not much, but wasn't healthy as I am. Not that I'm perfect.
How accurate is the cartoon of your father?
Pretty accurate.
Really?
How it looks, or just how they
how
describe
it looks,
them?
how it looks.
I think it's very accurate.
Because I saw that and I see a resemblance between you and him in the cartoon.
Yeah, they did a great job. The animators, I wish I knew their name. I need to include them more and give them credit.
Animation, and we're talking about
it.
Your show. Enjoy it. That
animation
is really good, and it really
They're
plays well. Now, did you follow?
I know we're not completing any story here. It's kind of funny, but we're touching on these things. And
it's the way I like to.
Okay,
that's the way a regular conversation would go.
And I'm not talking because I'll tell you what, I can bring it down like this. I can give you this, Brody. Welcome to Brody, Stephen Brody Stevens. This is how I would do
I'm obsessed with the fact that your name is Stephen Stevens.
No, you want me to go into that story?
But is your name?
Do you want to go into that? No, my name's not Stephen Stevens. Do you want to go into that? I'll talk about that.
Yeah.
Okay, good. Thank you, Bert. Thank you, Bertcast. Okay, I was born in the Valley. And on my gift certificate, it says, I was born with a gift certificate. Oh, I'm making myself laugh. And that's good.
Yeah.
Laughter yoga. I was born Stephen James Brody. Okay, that's my name. Stephen James Brody. SJB.
Stephen James Brody.
It's a mind F, isn't it? Yeah. Okay. So I was Stephen Brody. Steve Brody. Played baseball. Mom, Stephen. Grandma, Stevie. But everyone called me Brody. I was always Brody.
Yeah,
but my
Brody's
real name,
a great name.
Well, yeah, I figured that out. I didn't think growing up like, hey, Brody's a cool name. Never did, really.
You just called what you called.
Brody, all that stuff. So that's who I was. And when I began doing stand-up or comedy or non-baseball, non-sports, I felt like that guy had to go away. Steve Brody is not, to me, wasn't a funny guy. He was a baseball player. He was this kid. He was this shy guy, never went for it. Stayed in his... I was a typical teen, but I'm sure I had problems and all that stuff. But I played baseball, and I was okay. But when I was done with that, I just felt that Steve Brody wasn't just wasn't the comedian in me. But I wanted to keep the name Brody. I knew Brody was a good name just from, like.
And it's also what everyone calls you.
They all called me that. So when I remember I would meet people at, other students on campus at Arizona State, and they'd be surprised when, what's your name? Steven. Oh, really? Oh, I thought your name was Brody. I mean, I always heard that. Yeah. So I knew the name Brody was good. I wanted to keep that name. But Steve Brody, I was like, when you tell people you want to do comedy or be an actor, it's especially later on in life. I know there's a lot. It's a little different now, but back in the late 80s, to say that after you put all that time into baseball and in education and not acting, you weren't an acting kid. I've never taken an acting class. I never did anything, that my parents showed to my parents that, hey, Steven should be doing acting or improv or he's a ham. It was never none of any of that. It was like baseball. So when I couldn't just say to my mom and dad, hey, I want to be a comedian or anybody. I just felt it was like a secret. And, I've spoke about it before. I took a couple acting classes later on at Arizona State. Like my last year, I started thinking about, okay,
what am I going to do?
What do I want to do now? I don't want to really get into I was coaching at Arizona State.
Walking away from baseball is extremely hard.
Easy for me.
Really?
Yes.
I guess it was technically easy for me too, but walking away for good was like, wow, I guess this is a real.
What are you walking away? What am I walking away from? This is the way I look at it.
Wait. How did you get? So you just changed it to Brody Stevens?
Well, yeah, I was up in Seattle. Josh Wolf was up there. We had a great comedy scene when I first moved up to Seattle.
I just saw a picture of Josh Wolf in Cabo today.
Oh, really?
On
He's
Instagram.
Ripped.
He's ripped. His wife's hot as shit.
Yeah, Aubrey.
He's got a full head of hair. What the fuck's he wearing hats for?
I know.
If I had that hair, oh my God, I'd never wear a fucking hat. He's gorgeous. Maybe he wears the hats because if he doesn't, he's going to look like a fucking male model. He tries to like white blue collar it up to them.
It could be.
Maybe like just I'm approachable. Like as opposed to
he's got his thing. He's got his style.
Yeah, he does.
He's always had that. I've known Josh since '94.
I met him a couple times. He's always been really nice.
Oh, I thought you guys are. Oh, I've known.
I don't hang out.
I just assume. It's funny. Like comedians just assume all comedians know all comedians. They don't.
We've done I think shows at Melrose, and I've hung around him. He's really nice.
Real nice guy, hard worker.
Yeah.
Great. Like I said, I've known Josh since '94. We started up in Seattle. I mean, he started about a year, 6 months before me.
Yeah.
Played baseball in college, athlete. We really connected.
He's still in amazing shape.
Great shape. And he was in great shape back then and looks the same today. So Josh was up there. Joey Diaz was up there. Craig Gass. Mitch Hedberg. Craig Gass. I said Hedberg.
Yeah.
Yeah, I said Mitch Hedberg. Seattle. Look it up. He was there. This is right when he started. He was still featuring. I saw Mitch maybe once or twice at the Comedy Underground in Seattle. Maybe once or twice. But he hung out with Chaz Ablin.
Yeah.
Mitch would hang out with these not like regular people. I remembered that about him, that he was always nice to the regular folk. He was not. This is the vibe I picked up from him.
Yeah.
And so Chaz is actually a really good guy, funny. People made fun of him. He was like, but he had a connection with Mitch. And then I remember back in maybe 2000 or 2001, I hosted at the Melrose Improv, and Mitch Hedberg was the headliner. So it was like I hosted and one or two other comedians, and Mitch headlined.
Wow.
And, he would do a show, he would do it and like leave right away. Do it and leave. Like he didn't want to deal, even though it was like nice to, the little guy, and I don't know what's going on in his head at that time. But he like had a mobile home or something. So he'd perform, boom, in and out, very quiet. But Lynn, his wife at the time, or girlfriend, but she would tell me, and like, Mitch loves you. It's like, I knew that Hedberg liked me. So that was that's another thing, like as a comedian, when you have another comedian that's respected, even if they're not respected, forget about that. But again, I'm talking about Mitch Hedberg. But when you have somebody like that say, hey, I think you're funny. Somehow word through Mitch's people got down to me. No, that I think you're funny. That kind of keeps you going. You remember those moments when certain people say to you certain things that give you that shot in the arm of not validation, but you're doing the right thing. Keep doing it. You can think of those moments. I can think of at the Comedy Store when Joe Rogan would say, I'm funny. You're a funny guy. Like, you're like one of the funniest guys. And then I did warm up at the Man Show. He brought me in and always tried to put me on the show. Like, let's put Brody on. He let me do whatever I want.
Yeah.
I had my own songs. Stanhope, bring them out. Joe, bring them out. Crazy chicks flashing. They let me do all that. And then Joe would always try and get me on the show. And he was the first one of the, he told me, funny, keep doing it. Dice was another one. I'm talking about the Comedy Store. Dice coming up to me. You never go up to these guys.
Yeah.
I made the mistake one time when I moved to New York and I was working. I wasn't even working yet, barking at the Comedy Cellar. You barked at Boston around the corner. And this is when I first moved to New York. And I went up to Dave Attell. I went to the Comedy Cellar in the Olive Tree upstairs, the restaurant. He was at the bar and he said, hey, you're good. You're a funny guy. Thank you. Or something. I said, you're funny. And he kind of like said, okay, thank you. And he was like Dave Attell. That's how he is.
Yeah.
And I said, you know what? I said to myself, I'm never going to do that again. I picked up Dave's energy and I could tell that happens to him a lot and he doesn't necessarily like it.
Yeah.
And he's super duper respected. I remember Josh Wolf, for example, telling me that Dave Attell's the funniest guy, hands down. I always remember Josh saying that about Dave Attell.
Dave Attell's album Skanks for the Memory is the best comedy album I've ever listened to.
Well, there you go. But I don't have an album out yet. So you have to wait for my half-hour special.
You're an idiot. Well, yeah, I would rather see...
Oh, here we're going to go on another story. I see where you're going, Bert.
What?
Because I was just going to say about the Dave Attell thing.
Go ahead.
Enclosure. This is my OCD. I knew not to do that, to come up, and I always tell younger comedians, or just anybody, leave these guys alone, It's like, let them come. You let somebody, it's just a system. You got to have common sense.
Yeah.
Honestly, I'm not saying I feel like that. I'm not comparing myself to those guys at all, so I'm not even going to go there, but I can see how it can be, because you're working. You're actually at the comedy clubs working. When you shouldn't be there to network. Yeah, you want to show your face.
You're right.
Yes, I got to show my face.
Networking is... I always thought when I was younger, if I'm just at the clubs, I'm still working. I'm networking. I'm getting to know people. I'm getting to make friendships. The truth is, it's not as important as everyone would like to think it is. Networking is not important when it comes to the long haul at all. What's important is doing the work. Doing the work, being a nice guy, and going auditions, going in, meeting producers, doing all the stuff, getting on stage, doing stand-up, getting better at your craft is much more important than networking. And look at Frank Caliendo. He got into the business with probably zero networking. He was just funny as fuck. And he got on Montreal, destroyed. You remember Chicken?
The Late Chicken.
He didn't network at all. He just got up, did his thing, and you get into the business. Networking's great, probably, I just think it's overrated. I agree with you. I think networking's overrated. Get in there.
Hold that thought, Bert. I don't want to say networking is overrated. I want to say that there is an element. I do think showing your face, for example, going to the Improv once or twice a week. I remember like Thursday nights is a big night to hang out there. You're not passing out business cards and shaking. I don't want to shake everybody's hand.
Yeah.
But you want to have them see your face. And that's it.
Just so you feel comfortable there, I think, sometimes. So that when you go to do a spot, it's not like you're a stranger.
I didn't look at it that way. I've done, at that point, I'd been doing tour guiding at Radio City Music Hall. You're barking in Greenwich Village, out in New York City.
Yeah.
You should be bulletproof. You're going to get nervous walking into the Improv when you spent 3 years or whatever in New York performing in New York, the toughest stand-up in the world.
Yeah.
That's the major, in my eyes, New York City is the major leagues of stand-up comedy specifically.
It is the prison yard.
I would say that's accurate.
When it comes to, if we're talking about fighting, it is the prison yard.
Yes.
And
Thank you.
And LA is Vegas and a prize fight. You got to, like.
Hold on. I'm not gonna just go with you on these things, Bert.
Okay. I used to draw
Because
the analogy.
times are changing.
Really?
Times are changing rapidly.
Let's say LA is the UFC.
And New York is
the prison yard.
I'll accept that. Keep going.
Are you doing the road at all?
I have some road gigs lined up, but not really. I mean, I have some I'm going to do.
You should be on the road more.
Look, everyone says that, but it's
tickets.
like, yeah, maybe I should be on the road more, but I also want to enjoy things more. Not that I don't enjoy the road. Me personally, I enjoy hanging out with the baseball teams.
Yeah, what was that? I remember there was a time where I'd see you, and it seemed like you were in a dugout every week.
Yeah,
with the dog. What? How did that work?
Very connected, Bert. Notice I'm in relaxed mode now. It's taken us 2 hours to get into Brody relaxation. Bert put me under a spell.
You're one of the most enjoyable people to talk to. I get such a kick out of you.
Enjoyable, yes.
How did you get hooked up with the baseball?
I played baseball,
but your access seemed kind of.
I went to Arizona State. Arizona State has over 100 players that played in the major leagues.
So you can just roll in. Like I had a buddy who pitched for the Twins.
Who?
Radke.
Yeah, Brad Radke.
Yeah, and
he's on that video game when he made fun of himself for giving up all those home runs.
I remember that. I was in college when that happened, and we all grew up with him. So we saw that.
I met him, I think, once. Somehow I knew Radke or met him sometime. I have some connection with Radke, but go ahead.
You and him would get along really well.
I think I have some connection with him. I gotta I'll rack my brain another time. But
he's a really great dude. Just one of the nicest guys, and loves listening. Like he's a listener,
right?
So like he can get into a conversation, and he's a real active listener. But I remember.
So am I, by the way.
I'm a horrible listener.
You know what? I think you're right.
I went up when he'd come and play New York. I'd go up to the game and hang out with him after the show. And I had okay access, or I think then, especially because we were all young. But I remember him in New York taking us the subway to the game, and I was like, "Shut up."
Yeah, a lot of the players do.
The team gave him like 5 subway tokens, and they were like, "We'll see you at the games."
Yeah,
they would shut up
at 42nd. I'm sure the Hyatt at 42nd Street. Hop on the 4 train. Boom, you're right there. I mean, Derek Jeter would take the subway in the early days.
Really?
Yeah.
Do you remember the?
I saw Harold Reynolds on the subway going.
I worked with Harold Reynolds over at Yankee Stadium recently.
There you go. He was taking the subway to Yankee Stadium. I remember that.
Do you remember an outfielder named Kenny Lofton?
I know. Yeah, of course. I know him. Went to U of A. Played for the Indians, for the Dodgers. He's going to be one of their announcers coming up. Of course, I know Kenny Lofton. Played basketball also at U of A.
Kenny Lofton, when I was young in New York, was playing for the Indians. They were playing the Yankees, and my friend was friends with them, and they said, "You want to go get drinks with Kenny Lofton tonight?"
Right.
And I said, yes. So I told my buddy Eddie, I was like, dude, you want to meet Kenny Lofton? He was like, fuck, yes.
Yeah,
so
it's cool. Meeting athletes.
We went to that, I think that restaurant, the hotel you were talking about where the players stay.
Yeah, the Hyatt there.
We go there, and we go up, and we sit down, me and Eddie and Kenny and my friend Monica and another friend.
Right.
And we're all having drinks, and we're all talking about the game, and we're playing, and Kenny gets up to go leave, and my buddy Eddie just looks really unimpressed. And I go, what's the matter? And he goes, when's he going to show up? I go, what do you mean, when's he going to show up? He's here. He goes, who's here? I said, Kenny Lofton. He goes, who? No, he's not. I said, the black guy is Kenny Lofton. He goes, I thought we were meeting Kenny Loggins.
Oh, that's funny.
The whole time he was waiting.
That's funny.
He was waiting for it to be Kenny Loggins.
I have a similar story.
Really?
Yeah. I was in Calabasas when I was this is probably my first year of college, and people would go to Sagebrush Cantina, and this was down the road. Somebody will come up with, gotta know it. Sagebrush Cantina, and then like a half mile up the road was another bar. Gosh, I can't think of. Somebody will know. So this is like 1989, and it was packed. So everyone from like the West Valley would hang out there, coming home from college or whatever. And there's a rumor that Bruce Springsteen's going to play here. So they had a little band area.
Yeah,
Bruce Springsteen. That was a big buzz. Springsteen. And it was Rick Springfield. That's who ended up playing, like a little secret show kind of thing.
Yeah.
It was Springfield. Everybody thought it was going to be Bruce Spring. That was the buzz.
Wow,
Springsteen.
poor Rick Springfield. Like, anyone else would be thrilled if he just showed up randomly, but the idea that you're seeing Springsteen and then Rick Springfield rolls in.
Everybody was talking, it's going to be Springsteen. I'm going, yeah, the boss, born in the USA. This is going to be amazing. And it's Springfield from General Hospital, who you have to respect. And there's another. I'll give you two more stories.
Great musician.
Yeah, Australian. I'll give you two more quickies on Springfield. He was at Best Damn Sports Show, and these are no big. This is really not either nothings. Remember, he played at Best Damn Sports Show, and he had. We rarely would have like musical guests, but we had him on. I remember he had like fans. He had these Rick Springfield fan club members. These girls
Obsessive.
all in there. Obsessive.
In the movie Sun Studio.
I want to see that documentary.
Yeah, they talk about it. Rick Springfield was one of the most underrated musicians because of General Hospital. Keep going.
Scorpio.
Is he really?
No, that's what his character's name was.
Oh,
wasn't it Scorpio?
I was like, wow, that would be odd that you would know his astrological sign. He's a Scorpio.
I know Morris. He's a Gemini.
Really?
Yeah.
How do you know that?
He's born on the same day as me.
Okay.
May 22nd.
So wait. So you were saying
Rick Springfield.
Yes.
So yeah, had these like I just remember like these weird because we'd always have certain kind of crowd at that show, and when Springfield was there, it was just a weird. You had to let the girls be themselves. They wanted nothing to do with you. It was all about Rick.
Really?
And I remember that specifically. Like, wow, this guy's got some like weirdo fans almost.
Yeah.
So, I mean, that soap opera world's a whole nother world. So these were like kind of... So I had that. And then Rick Springfield was on Chelsea Lately, right? And I was doing warm-up there. And he was running late or something. And one of the girls who worked there wrote a tweet, said something to the effect that Rick Springfield's running late, something about cocaine. Like, it wasn't smart. It wasn't smart. It was kind of like ripping drugs or whatever. Yeah. And he showed up and did the show, but this girl got fired for saying that.
Shut up.
Yeah, like there was a meet. I think we had a meet. There was some kind of, after that, there was a big, like, company corporate meeting that you can't do that. You can't divulge personal opinions. It's just wrong.
Yeah, there's a line.
Yeah, that's all. So that was my real little Rick Springfield stories.
So 4 more episodes of Enjoy It.
I like where you're going.
I'm
holding your hand.
Do you write down goals?
I used to. I have to-do lists. I mean, and if you look at my to-do lists when I scribble, there's another thing. He says the same thing. Yeah, you look at my to-do. It's the same thing. Hike, drum lessons, yoga, comedy album, London, Australia, hike. What else do I have? That's about all I have. Headshots, website. They're the same thing. All the vacuum, clean bathroom, and I never get to it.
Australia.
It's the same thing. So that is a form of, but when I was, it's kind of funny. When I was in high school, I kind of did the opposite. I'd say, you suck. I think I had negative. I put up negative. I got to ask my mom this. For some reason, I think I put up negative notes. You suck. And then I also had like commands like throw strikes. But also, I think I had negative ones up there.
To inspire you?
Yeah, kind of like, I got to ask my mom and sister about that. I did put up notes. I mean, I was big on putting up those affirmations, but I think I put up, if somebody says that, if you're not, Do I have a chip on my shoulder? I'm not even say bitter. I'm not bitter. What do I have to be bitter about?
Yeah.
Because I've heard somebody say that, like maybe. So what's a weird word? Somebody's bitter. It's a harsh word to throw out.
Yeah.
No pun intended. Bitter. I'm not bitter. Do I have a chip on my shoulder? No. Do I remember everybody or most who were jerks to me or hurt me or I allowed them to hurt me or I was hurtable? Do I remember that? F yeah, I do. Fuck yeah, I do. And right now, for the next, I'm not there yet. I'm not there yet. I have 4 more shows for this run. In my mind, I feel like, hey, I built up some currency. I built up goodwill.
You've got some traction.
I've got some traction, exactly. My fear is that, hey, these next 4 episodes, and again, my mind, overthinking, too sensitive, too close. I feel like, hey, I'm going to let...
That's really insightful, by the way.
What?
Your mind, overthinking, too sensitive,
yes,
too close.
Yes.
That's really, because I think that is the majority of comics. Overthink. They're too sensitive.
Yes.
I think you're totally right. And I think it was, by the way, it was really cool in the episode I saw. I think it was last night or the night before last. When Zach made you go and work at a soup kitchen and you realized, oh shit, here I am, just a comic, obsessing about myself. And I realized there are people that have bigger fucking issues to deal with. I saw you put it in perspective a tad bit and I went, wow.
I'll be, yeah. Yes. I know these things.
Yeah.
Believe me, I know. And I did it on that. That was real. I'm talking specifically about that, me going to a soup kitchen. If you ask me now, would I go to a soup kitchen again? Probably not.
Let me tell you something.
I'm going to be honest.
No, one year we adopted a family for Christmas. Our family adopted a family and we took we decided we were going to take, I think, half of what we were going to spend on Christmas, and we were going to spend it on this family, and we got them what they needed. It was really interesting. Their Christmas list was very tangible goods. I need printer cartridges. That's not really real. That's not what they wanted. But the kid said, I want a hat. I want a jacket.
Cold.
I could use socks. It was very real.
Needed socks.
And I can't remember exactly what they needed, but I remember, the dad wanted work boots.
Okay.
The dad wanted boots that he could
Red
work
Wing.
boots. Right.
We'll bring them in.
So,
we'll lace them up and oil up. I love the Red Wing. Has great commercials, by the way.
We bought all these presents, and then we took them into the neighborhood and took them to the family and dropped them off.
What do you mean neighborhood?
The
hood?
The hood.
Okay.
We took it into the hood. We came out with, whatever, a assload
with
of
your
gifts.
lives.
And we walked the girls in. We walked the girls in. We thought it would be a great learning experience for the girls. We did it, and but all of us, Leanne and I both, were like, never do that again. I'd rather just give money to someone, but that interaction with dealing with a family that it was so uncomfortable. It was seemed like something that was probably a great idea in the 80s, but now it just was really too intimate, and they gave us like a picture of the kid, and it was it freaked me out so much that I have a hard time doing stuff like I wouldn't be able to function at a soup kitchen. I'd be.
Are you talking about working there full time?
No, just volunteering. It makes me feel like I got it so good. I don't know. It creeped me out. Leanne would be better equipped to explain the feelings that happened when we adopted that family. But now we just give money to people that just take the fucking money.
Well, I like I said, and I mentioned this earlier, and I'm in a weird position right now. I've got, like I said, 4 more episodes. In my mind, because this is so personal and real, it's it's not stressful. There's tension and anxiety.
You're worried of how people receive it?
Correct. I don't care about a season 2. I don't care. Whatever happens next is going to happen. Oh, you got to go on the road. You got to do this. Okay, I get that.
Yeah.
whatever that's going to happen. My instincts are telling me, my body and my instincts are telling me, see this thing through. But also, I look at it like you're teeing it up. It's like it's a tee shot, man. It's like you're on and you're back, and it's just like you got to be perfect. If you're not perfect, you're gonna slice it, or you're gonna. I'm not even a golf guy, or you'll hook it. You've got to hit it square, perfect. So I'm taking my quote unquote career. It's like a golf shot. You know, I'm swinging right now.
Yeah.
And I feel like we're right there. I'm lined up. Because other times when I took that swing, I just didn't have the muscles. I didn't have the wisdom, the muscle memory, maybe, of doing it right.
Well,
on a certain stage. It's like, hey, I have squared it up and hit some good ones. Believe me, I know. That's why I have the confidence. I've squared it up on certain shows.
Yeah.
I had it doing Chelsea, being in The Hangover. Not that I rocked it, but I squared it up in terms of, hey, being in a movie. So all those things were like into the swing, and maybe that first one or third one, I did Kilborn a few times, but like I was off, and a result was that manic episode. I mean, you could be that far off, hit the ball that much. My getting manic effed up that shot.
Yeah.
Because I had it lined up. Well, you got a show. It's about you.
You should know, and I say this to so that you can.
How many listeners? You got a lot of listeners.
As someone who's teed it up a lot, and I've taken a lot of drives off the first tee box, and I thought I had it lined up perfect and hit in to the woods. You can play out of the woods super easy on this hole. Like this, that's the thing about this business is you can play out of the woods, you can play out of the sand.
I'm back to the tee. Yeah, I'm not. No. I'm going to get it right.
Yeah.
Today, it's repetition. Yeah, that's a positive way to look at it.
Yeah.
Hey, I'll hit it out of the woods. Yeah, I'm that guy.
I'm always playing out of the woods.
I'm that guy. But I'm not going to put myself in the woods to begin with. Yeah. I'm not going to.
It's better to hit right off the fairway.
Exact preparation.
Yeah.
Can I deal with being in the woods? Yeah, I'll deal with it. But right now, I don't need. If I go in the woods, I go right back to the tee.
Yeah,
I'm not playing out of there now. Not yet.
I don't think you have to, man. I think this show is so.
4 more episodes, Bert. Because
I can't wait.
Listen,
can you give us a teaser of what's going to happen in the next 4?
Yeah, I'll give you a teaser. There's
if
4.
If you had to, because you're so good at giving almost catchphrases, like you're good at what theoretically would be just like a hashtag. So if you had to hashtag,
you want to simplify my answers. I can tell where you're going.
If you could give me one word for the next 4 episodes.
Oh, look at I see how you work.
So the next episode, what would be like?
This has been you know what this podcast has been? It's been you kind of like I'm running around. I'm like one of your kids. I'm running around and you're grabbing me, and I know, but I like it. I mean, it makes you're being a responsible parent podcaster.
If you guys have not seen it yet, it is on Sunday nights at 11 o'clock on Comedy Central,
or midnight,
or midnight, or 9.
I gotta laugh more. I mean,
I don't think I've very seldomly seen you laugh.
No, I laugh. I laugh when I'm not performing.
Yeah,
when I'm performing, it's hard for me to laugh. It really is. Now,
I can fall apart laughing on stage.
I can't.
But I have a very loose approach to the art form.
I could never, honestly, doing stand up. It's rare that I'll laugh on stage. I just can't. I will never laugh at myself. Rarely.
Yeah.
I might make myself chuckle. I mean, I did on Conan once. It was like, this joke is so cornball. I can't believe it.
I make myself laugh all the time.
I just don't laugh. No way. I just don't. I'm just conditioned not to laugh on stage.
I was laughing yesterday morning.
On stage?
Nope.
No, I'm
having
saying
coffee.
me on stage. Back to you.
Yeah, I was laughing yesterday morning in the front yard. I was smoking a cigar and having a coffee at like 5 a.m, and I'd gone through some real bad OCD stuff the night before, and I couldn't sleep.
What's your OCD?
I will obsess.
About
obsessed,
what?
About a thought.
Okay. I obsess about my beard.
Really?
You know, your beard is good.
I obsess about my beard.
No, but if I had your beard, see, I would be staring in the mirror at myself, and I could see, like, okay.
I obsess about this line.
I don't obsess about that line.
I go, this line needs to be straight.
You're talking about the line, the back by the ear.
Yep.
Got it.
And then I don't worry about the neck, but I will spend a lot of time making sure that this line,
it's good. The cheekbones
looks natural.
Oh, see, mine looks unnatural. But I can get away with that. I like the Armenian hip hop look.
Yeah.
I can get away with a tight beard. It's almost funny.
Is that DJ Khaled?
Yeah, all those guys. Drake. I like that. It's kind of funny to have.
Yeah, Drake's got it. Yeah, you do have a Drake-esque kind of beard.
Right.
But yeah,
but my beard's effed up. I've got, if you look,
it's so funny.
I have scars from like trying to get my beard perfect.
So the other night Christmas, we were doing something with the girls, and I was trying to mess with them, and I was throwing balls up on the roof. To kind of
balls on the roof,
simulate reindeer. And so it freaked out Priss, and Priss got really scared, and we've spent a great deal of money to fix Priss.
Fix? What do you mean fix?
She's had 2 dislocated kneecaps, 2 torn ACLs.
All right, that's fixing. How did she get that? Was she a football player?
Overbreeding.
Overbreeding?
Yeah. So
I wish I could overbreed. So I wouldn't have my. I guess I would have a dislocated wrist. If I overbreed, it would be a dislocated wrist.
But I thought I heard her. I thought I heard her in with the girls.
That hurts.
I didn't touch her, but she was scared, and I couldn't tell if the scared was she hurt herself, she got spooked, or what.
Oh, okay.
So I stayed up all night thinking, God damn it, if I have to put this dog down.
Oh, well,
because I was fucking around with the girls.
Yeah.
And so I woke up, but then I got myself out of it. I was like, I'm refused to. But I started giggling because I was listening to, I think, Bing Crosby sing the 12 Days of Christmas. And I'd done that on a radio show, but I had not really sung it. And I just thought to myself, if I had committed to that fucking song with Steve Byrne and we had sung it on Cowhead's show, singing it exactly like they did on that thing, and just really were earnestly singing that song, it would have been fucking awesome. And I was so mad that I didn't. I was giggling at me and Steve earnestly singing that song. But anyway, Brody Stevens at Brody Is Me Friend.
Yeah, and that's an homage to Tony and Mr. Lee, my bus boys at Cafe Un Deux Trois in New York on 44th and 6th Street right there in Times Square. Tony, who's Albanian, is Mr. Lee. He may or may not be alive. He was from China, Hong Kong. Brody, you good guy, you me friend. You good guy, you me friend.
So that's where Brody Is Me Friend?
Yeah, it's an homage to those guys.
I've got a lot of answers today. If you weren't a comic, what would you be doing?
If I wasn't I like to say comedian, but what would I be doing?
Yeah,
what would I want to do, or what would I be doing?
If you hadn't found this,
what would I be doing?
What do you think you'd be doing?
Probably sales, some kind of teaching or instructing, maybe.
You probably would have stayed with coaching baseball.
No, I wasn't into coaching. I can do it. It's not my dream. I wanted to be. I wouldn't mind being a teacher.
Well, I'm gonna go. I'm supposed to go hang out with my kids.
Forget them. Let's keep going. 5 hours.
This has been.
I know we went a lot.
This has been a great podcast, Brody.
Bert, I got to take a leak so bad.
I'll show you to the secret potty.
I'll just pee on the Christmas tree in front of your kids.
Brody, I absolutely love you. I think you're such a great dude.
Well, thanks.
I'm so glad you're in such a great
You've always been my a good energy. You are a good guy. You're better than a good guy. I'm happy for your success.
I'm happy for yours.
I mean, I'm pretty amazed that not amazed. See, that's my luck moment. Well, I'm amazed you're doing well. I know you had that big article in Rolling Stone, and you hustled. I saw you in New York. I remember you in those rooms. I knew you didn't belong there. I saw that. You were that guy. and then you found your lane. You found it. So you're doing it, and I see you out there. I don't watch a lot of stuff. And that's another thing in closing that I hope to be able to do. I watch stuff, my mind, I do pick up stuff. I'm aware of things, but to sit there and watch a movie, to sit down and listen to a podcast, to sit there and watch a TV show when I'm not at my mom's watching The Mentalist or The Good Wife. I want to get back to that. I want to say, I want to be not forced, but I want to watch stuff. I want to see movies. I want to say, hey, good job. I want to get out of my head.
Yeah.
And be able to be giving to others.
Well, I think after all this craziness slows down, I think it'll be probably a little.
Well, crazy slowing down in my head.
Yeah.
I'm talking, not only have I not done it, I mean, for the last year, I've done nothing in terms of helping somebody specifically, even myself. I've gotten 2 speeding tickets. I didn't go to traffic school. I paid them. I paid my tickets.
Yeah.
But I didn't do online traffic school. You don't think that bothers me? It bothers me. I have 2 points on my record. But like I said, I wish I was supportive. Verbally, a note, not just a tweet. I don't even do that.
Yeah.
To say, hey, nice job. I saw you on that. Because you know what? I'm actually not seeing them on it. Number one, because I'm so in my head, I'm not doing it. But it's also, hey, you got married. I went to the wedding. You're registered. I should get you a gift. You had a kid. I should see your baby. I have friends that have had kids now for 2 or 3 years that I haven't seen. That I should. It's kind of like shows who I was. Like, oh, I'm seeing you all the time. Why was I going there? Oh, maybe because he was selling me pot. I was hanging out, but we became friends through pot and other things. And then to not stop that down, that stuff, bothers me a little bit. So we're all hard on ourselves. You're hard on yourself. I'm hard on myself. It's learning, and we're lucky that we have these podcasts because I know there's people out there that are listening and learning and appreciating what we're talking about today. Thank you.
Well, all right. The show's enjoyed.
I'm putting down the mic.
I love you, Jim Brody. I think you're great. Thank you for doing this, man. I appreciate it.
This episode was brought to you by The Machine.